So good morning, everyone, and thank you all for joining us for today's webinar. Today's webinar is the inaugural event of a series of consulting webinars titled From Insight to Impact, launched by Study in Greece, designed and developed in collaboration with our international partners, experts in the field of transnational education. And this consulting webinar series is, of course, incorporated in the new consulting unit of Study in Greece, titled Study in Greece Intelligence, aimed at informing decision-making within Greek higher education institutions and providing up-to-date consulting services to Greek universities to support them in their internationalization and outreach endeavors. Today, we're glad and honored to have our partners from Begin Group, Dr. Timofey Tolmachev and Maxim Nautri. I had the chance to participate last year in their impeccably organized event in Astana, Kazakhstan. And I have to admit that the organization was excellent. And I realized the growing interest toward international mobility from Central Asia, from Kazakhstan to European study destinations. So without further delay, I would like to give the floor to Timofey and Maxim in order to present Begin Group, the organization services, and start a productive conversation about recruitment fairs, the organization of recruitment fairs, and how and why participation in recruitment fairs all around the globe can be included in the internationalization and the recruitment strategy of modern university in order for each institution to enhance its global outreach and attract international students. So, Timofey and Maxim, the floor is yours. Thank you very much for your time and this great cooperation.
Thank you a lot, Teleris. Thank you for introduction. Thank you for giving us this floor. It's a great opportunity. Dear attendees, thank you everyone for coming. I hope that we will tell you a lot about what we, Begin Group, do on the market. And let me please share my screen with my presentation. Okay.
Do you have any issues sharing?
Yeah, just 1 second. I don't know why.
Okay, good.
But I can share the screen of my PDF above. So I'm just opening it in my browser.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before sharing your screen, you can tell us why you have this German flag.
Yeah, actually, I'm right now. I'm going to that in information. Yeah. I don't know why it's not full. So thank you everyone again for connecting this webinar. So today my goal is to present how we, Begin Group, is thinking now about the variety of opportunities to promote education programs of different levels abroad, which activities can be done, and how we can offer you to see on the different ways of promoting your education programs abroad. So who we are. We are do you see, excuse me, my in the full screen now?
No, unfortunately not. No. I don't know why. George, do you have any idea?
Could you try open it on Adobe Acrobat or
Yeah,
somewhere like that? Because
open.
I'm guessing that this is the browser, so I think Adobe Acrobat has a better can do full screen presentation.
Yeah, I opened Adobe Acrobat, but unfortunately, then I'm trying to sharing my screen. I don't see
We
that.
can, Timofey, we can see your
Okay.
screen, but it's not a full screen. Yeah.
Yeah, right now. Yeah.
I think that we're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry for this delay. So, who we are? We are Begin Group company with the office in Berlin. We are a German-based company which are on the market for more than 25 years. So since 1999, we help universities from different regions to find their audience abroad. Currently, we work in more than 40 countries, and we do more than 100 student recruitment events annually. Among the clients, we have both universities, private boarding schools, language schools, and also the agencies. As our company, we are not the study abroad agency ourselves. We do not communicate with the students directly. We only arrange different events and we promote those events. So we operate as advertising agency. But the fact that we are not study abroad agency helps us to cooperate with local agencies everywhere in all regions where we run different student recruitment activities. So what we do, you can see here on the right the full list of our services. We do in-person education fairs, online education fairs, high school visits, B2B meetings with school counselors, custom-made student recruitment events, and webinars and ways of different online promotion campaigns. So the geography of Begin Group is quite wide. We work both in Latin America and Southeast Asia, but of course the main region for us is Eurasia, the North Africa, and India here on the map as well. The dark blue, you can see the countries where we have our online fairs, and the red dots are the cities where we arrange our fairs on site. And also you can see the other marking where we confirm some other regions where we don't have currently any online or offline fairs, but we have experienced different individual online promotion campaigns in those regions as well. So in the whole Europe and in US, we also done some promotion campaigns for certain universities. So let's go to the list of our services here with some more certain details. Actually, we can just separate them into. On the upper side, you can see on-site events where there are in the tours, in different tours of Begin Group in different regions, where are both education fairs, high school visits. Then we bring a group of universities to international private schools in certain region, and additional events which are B2B meetings with school counselors. And I'm telling you more about each certain event on the later slides. And the second part of our services means the online promotion, we individual custom-made events, which are all different services as well, different parameters, different goals, and ways of promoting your programs. But in general, in all these ways, you receive the individual campaign, you receive the individual approach and opportunity to target on your specific audience in certain region. So as Theodoros already mentioned, study in Greece was represented on the fair in Astana last spring, and we could see that many students in Kazakhstan, and we believe that not only in Kazakhstan but in other countries, are now interested in getting more information about opportunities of studying in Greece, both for bachelor and for master programs, and maybe some other specialities and levels as well. Here on the photo, you can see the typical fair of begin group, where we place each university on a table with 2 chairs for visitors on one side and 2 chairs for the visitors on the other side. Behind the table, you can place a roll-up, like you can see here in the photo, or you can put some stand and maybe some TV panel or something else, which you would like to use for your stand. All begin group fairs are arranged in the hotels. So we book a large room for the stands of the universities and the smaller rooms for the presentations. For each year, we have participants from 15 up to 20 countries. Upon the word participant here, I mean universities or other education organizations. As we goes to attendees, for the number of attendees for each fair is about 1,000 families. We count the number of visitors for each fair in families because for the fairs we promote both bachelor, master, and other programs, and then we do promotion for bachelor programs, as the parents are the decision makers here for sure. We try to focus the advertising campaign on them, and we do have many parents at our fairs. So then mother, father, and child come together. They can register as one person, and then of course we count them as the sole family. So here then we claiming 1,000 attendees, we mean 1,000 families, where some of them are sole attendees and some of them are families in fact, which means that the number of visitors, the number of attendees for each fair is even higher than 1,000. We do fairs in different tours. So there is Central Asia tour, for example, the Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan, and Kyrgyzstan Eurasia tour. The MENA region consists of only one city, Egypt, Cairo. We have 3 cities in India where we run on-site fairs, New Delhi, Mumbai, and Bangalore. And also we do events in Vietnam, Indonesia, and starting Singapore. For each participant of the fair begin group, we do individual online promotion campaign. And this is the main advantage of our fair. So of course, you know that there are many organizers of different recruitment fairs all over the world. But what is the typical characteristic of begin group fair is the high targeted audience at each event, which is provided via the individual promotion campaign of each participant at the fair. For example, if we have 50 universities at the fair, means that we run 50 different promotion campaigns, which altogether combined in the general promotion campaign of the fair, and we're trying to target the audience upon their age, their interest, their desire to study on the certain programs, and some other parameters which social media can choose for its audience. Most of the promotion campaign of every event is done at Facebook and in Instagram these days. Of course, Google and YouTube is used widely as well, but with less budget compared to Facebook and Instagram. Also, we use some other social media, just a bit LinkedIn, sometimes a bit of TikTok, but not much, to be honest. And for sure, we use email reminders and WhatsApp and Telegram reminders, and in some countries, even SMS reminders. For example, Telegram operates well in Kazakhstan and Uzbekistan, where with WhatsApp, Telegram, and email, we can cover almost the whole audience. But for Vietnam, where WhatsApp is only like 50% of the audience, or maybe maximum 60-70%. For the other part, we use SMS remindings about the fair. So for the fair itself, 1 month before the event, we start the promotion campaign, and that promotion campaign is separated into small different activities which are supposed to promote each certain participant of the fair. And then within 4 weeks, about a month, we promote the fair, we register the audience, and then remind them that they would like to visit our event and they coming. And of course, they are all welcomed at the fair free of charge. So for all visitors, for all parents, students, these are free events, and they tend to visit it on the weekend day, usually for most of the events, and they are ready to spend their weekend because they are really interested in getting more information about international education. So then you see about 1,000 persons at the fair. You see not just 1,000 any students. You see the students who are really looking for the international education, and usually they haven't decided yet where to go, because if the parents know already where to send their students, usually they don't spend their day on the visiting of the fair. Pandemic times taught us a lot. And now I just want to mention quickly that we also offer our participants the way of remote participation at the fair. If you have your local representative, I don't know, you have your agent in Cairo, for example, and you don't want to fly to Cairo by yourself, you can just invite your partner, your local representative, to the fair and ask that person to represent your university there. While if something happens, and for example, you can just visit the last city of the tour, for example, you're going to Astana, Almaty, and Bishkek, and suddenly you need to go to other country, or you need to go home, and you can visit Bishkek. It's not a problem again, because we have very talented assistants for each city where we have a fair. We have our own capable assistant team there, and they are ready to help you on your stand on the day of the fair. Like here in the photo, you can see that the representative of the university is connected with the audience through laptop. So through Zoom, that person can speak to the audience of the fair, and the assistant at the table, she or he can connect with university representatives in advance, like 15-20 minutes or maybe 1 hour in advance before the fair, get all the general information about the university, and then be able to answer the general question of the audience. And for more profound conversation, he or she will connect the families to you via Zoom or other app with laptop at the stand on the offline fair. So this is the remote way of participation in on-site events. Of course, if you can't come in person to the fair, we strictly advise to do that, but you can be sure that if something happens, or maybe if you can really find a very trustful person, trustful agent who can work for you on the stand, this is the option of participating in our fairs as well. Besides the fairs, now we offer our clients to visit high schools, international high schools in certain regions. We don't do these high school visits in all cities where we have our offline fairs. For example, we don't have this service in India, but we already are very experienced in Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, in even Indonesia and Vietnam a bit, not with the same experience as in Kazakhstan, where we already got more than 10 high school visits in total for different groups of universities. But we are now expanding these high school visits to some newer regions. But let's speak a bit about that later. Now I'm just want for you to mention that these high school visits, they are usually one day before or one day after the fair. So then you're coming to the city, let's say to Astana or Almaty, you can not only participate in the fair, but next day you can go to certain privileged high schools in this city. During one day, we can visit from 2 up to 4 international schools, and each school we have a mini fair, which duration usually is about 45 minutes, maybe 60 minutes maximum. But during that time, most probably you will speak to all the pupils who are interested in your programs, because in each international school, there are from 40 up to 80 pupils of higher grades. And of course, we welcome mostly higher grades for these type of events. And these pupils of 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, they coming to the mini fair in their school, and they speak to you. And in total, after, let's say, 3 average schools, right? 3 schools on average, which we can visit during the day, and about 60, 70 pupils in each school, you can talk to more than 100, 150 pupils during one day activity. Another additional on-site event is B2B meetings with school counselors, where we just give you the opportunity of meeting from 5 up to 6, 7 high school counselors and speak to them briefly. So each conversation usually is about like 15, 20 minutes, but that's quite enough to present your university, to give main ideas how your university can cooperate with that school, and maybe get some most important information from the school counselors. But of course, we suppose that you just get acquainted with school counselors on our event, and then you exchange business cards. And as soon as we provide all the contacts of all school counselors after the event, you can just confirm the additional online meetings, or maybe further personal meetings in restaurant, or as you wish, how you wish to connect these persons further after these B2B meetings. So you can see that we have in general 3 different offline events, but also if you want to save your timing for traveling, and of course your travel expenses, if you want to save all that, there is an opportunity of participating in online fairs. Begin Group has online fairs in different regions. You can see all of them here, like Sub-Saharan Africa, North Africa, Central Asia, Latin America, Indian subcontinent, and Gulf region. So the geography of online fairs is even wider than our offline events, which of course not surprisingly, because with online we can just reach such faraway countries as the countries of Latin America, for example. I'm not saying that the online fairs are same in terms of efficiency as the offline events. Of course not. Just what our begin group experienced during like the time of pandemic and all like years after it, then we arranged many online fairs. We just understand now that the online fairs are more, if the proper online promotion campaign for the fairs is done, then online fairs itself are more the online promotion campaign in the region, and then just the opportunity of briefly present your university to the certain audience. As you can see here that the numbers of attendees for each online fair is quite high. It might be more than 1,500 persons or sometimes even up to 2,500 persons at the fair. But these students, these parents, they are not as active as the visitors of offline fairs. For online events, they can just maybe watch your virtual stand, maybe listen to your presentation, and then just go to their further activities during the day. When for the offline fairs, if the parents come to the event, most probably they will spend at least a couple of hours at the event and talk to most of these stands in the hall. For online fairs, meanwhile, you have your virtual stand. Here in the photo, you can see the example of the stands. So at our stands, there are the buttons downloads to download your brochures. So if at the offline fair, you give the brochure mainly, for online fairs, they can upload it by the button, also by the video button on the right side. They can watch your videos at YouTube, and then at the different links, they can go to your website or to your social media group and subscribe for your social media accounts and follow up you in Instagram, Facebook, and other social media. Of course, there is a short description. There is the button request more info. With that button, they just send you the automatic request. But also there is an opportunity of talking to them in the chat. And as we understand that chat is not the same as the personal conversation, at offline fairs, for online fairs, we give the opportunity of presenting your university at Zoom, and this option is included in each online fair package. So in general, the participation itself is the presenting at Zoom, the working in the chat, and having all the most general information at your virtual stand, where the students can both upload your brochures, watch your videos, but also go to your social media links. And now I'm giving a word to Maxim, who is just an example of two certain countries where he worked with the countries he worked with, and he's just telling you some ideas what's the different ways of approach of European universities to the promoting of their programs. Please, Maxim.
Yeah, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So hope you can hear me well, and thank you once again for inviting us today. My name is Maxim, and I will share some insights into Begins Group collaboration with universities from Hungary and Czech Republic, as we have chosen these countries as an example during the period from 2022 to 2024. So over the past few years, we have cultivated a remarkable partnership with institutions from Hungary and Czech Republic, enabling them to effectively expand their presence in their strategic international regions. And let me begin with the Hungarian universities, of course. Over the past 3 years, 15 Hungarian universities have regularly participated in Begin Group EDI fairs. And after conducting an analysis, the most popular regions for Hungarian universities to recruit international students have been identified as Central Asia, where 7 universities participated in our fairs in Bishkek, Astana, Almaty, and Tashkent, and Southeast Asia, where 5 universities and 5 institutions joined our events in Indonesia and Vietnam. So these fairs featured famous institutions such as University of Pécs, Budapest Business University, Semmelweis University, and so you can see the full list of universities that have participated in our events over the past 3 years in the column on the right. Their strategic approach has enabled them to connect with hundreds of prospective students, creating Hungary's reputation as a study destination where students can receive affordable but at the same time high quality European education. And before moving on, I would like to draw your attention to the map provided in the presentation as well. On this map, you can see the diversity of Hungarian regions represented at our fairs. So naturally, the largest number of participants come from the capital region, but there are also a wide variety of regions from all over Hungary, which we promote during Begin Group's offline and online events. So turning now to Czech universities, they have also made great progress in using Begin Group's tools and Begin Group's platforms effectively. Over the past 3 years, 12 Czech universities have regularly participated in both online and offline formats. And again, you can see the full list of universities that have participated in our events in the column on the right. In 2024, Czech universities focused their efforts on two key regions, Central Asia again, where 4 universities actually participated in our events, and Eurasia, where 5 universities took part in fairs in Tbilisi, Baku, and Istanbul. So as you can see, as a result, Central Asia is the most popular destination for universities from Hungary and Czech Republic, while other popular destinations are Southeast Asia and Eurasia. I think also it's worth noting an interesting difference between Czech and Hungarian universities. While both are actually from the same region, Czech universities tend to focus on online promotion more. Online promotion, and particularly webinars targeting strategic regions, has been a preferred and effective method for these institutions. So in conclusion, through the examples of these two countries, you can see the difference in approaches to promoting universities in specific regions. While Hungarian universities focus on a mix of online and offline engagement, Czech universities value our offline and online fairs, of course, as well, but they also add to their plans some custom-made events such as webinars to reach their target audiences. So I think now I'm done, and I'm giving the microphone back to my colleague Timofey, and he will continue our presentation and tell you a bit more about online promotion.
Thank you, Maxim. So as Maxim mentioned, the custom-made events are a good part of different activities which can be done by both university or a consortium of universities. There are different formats of custom-made events. It might be a webinar, it might be a dedicated in-person presentation in certain city. It might be customized online education or even customized in-person education fair for the certain consortium, for the group of universities from certain country, or maybe the whole country blocks participation at Begin Edu fairs. As then we speak about a group of, let's say, 10 Hungarian universities together under the umbrella of their temples organization at this certain fair. Of course, we speak about custom-made project, tailor-made for their group, and then they participate in the fair as a group. We not only promoting each university separately, but of course we do the enhanced promotion campaign to the special landing page where only the universities from that certain country are listed, and we presenting that fair not only as the international fair for studying in different countries, but also with the separate small event included into the overall fair. And that small event is the special participation of the consortium of this certain country. Also, there are ways of doing open days in the universities and some even training session for the students, or maybe some connecting with alumni. But these are the secondary ways of making your personal events, and let's focus more on the webinars, as the webinars are the most efficient ways of custom-made events, as we think so. And of course, if we are talking about the webinar, or if we are talking about the fair and fair participation, always online promotion should be done for your university. Just in case of the fair, the custom-made promotion campaign gives you your targeted audience at the fair and gives the number of leads registered for your stand. For the webinar itself, promotion campaign is the only and the general way of activity which gives you the list of the leads for your online events. And of course, in this case, again, we use the same platform, same popular and well operating platform for the promoting in these years. Still, it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Google as the major players on the market for almost all the countries. By the way, for example, we do not, as you could see on the map, we do not operate in China, because in China they have their own internet, their own social medias, and mostly only Chinese companies can do promotion properly in those Chinese services. And we, of course, as a German company, we can reach China so easily. But let's go back to the online promotion opportunities. So as soon as we can see your budget, we can see your goals, your targeting strategies, we can choose the platforms and can choose the budget for each platform, like how many goes to Facebook, how many goes to Instagram, and which numbers of leads we can guarantee you after the promotion campaign. And then on the day of the webinar, all the pre-registered audience, they connecting the event, of course, after our reminders, the WhatsApp and the emails, they connecting, and after the webinar, you get the full list of the audience pre-registered your custom-made event. So the webinar itself, it's the individual short presentation, but before that, we run the promotion campaign during 3 or 4 weeks. And for the parameters of that promotion campaign, we can prepare for you the individual detailed media plan. What are we going to do for you in that certain region you choose? So these are, for example, the numbers of free certain webinars for different universities from South Europe. And Maxim, can you tell us a bit, as these were your clients and you know better how these webinars went?
Yeah, thanks, Tim. So quick microphone interception. A particularly noteworthy, let's say, element of our collaboration is the experience of conducting webinars for universities from Southern Europe between, again, 2022 and 2024. So let me highlight 3 major webinars that have been instrumental in promoting their programs. So before we move on to the outcomes, let's take a closer look at the table. The target audience, the location of the webinar, and the programs are chosen by the university itself. And as you can see, the audience can range from 16 to 80-year-old students to 38 till like 50-year-old parents. And additionally, webinars can be held not only in one country, but also across a group of countries, allowing us to organize a webinar in any country with a targeted audience and programs tailored to your needs. So the outcomes of the webinars highlight the growing interest in European education among diverse demographics in Central Asia, Eurasia, Latin America, and any other regions. So, for example, our audiences, as I said, like ranged from 16 to 18-year-old students to all the parents evaluating opportunities for their children. Each session's content was tailored to resonate with the specific groups, ensuring effective engagement, In conclusion, Begin Group's collaboration with Hungarian, Czech, or any other Southern European universities has been a success story of strategic planning, innovative formats, and targeted outreach.
Thank you, Maxim. So let's talk a bit about the fees. For the Begin Group, the fees for the years is 2,200 for the smaller cities and 2,490 for the bigger cities. This is the fee for the one stand, one organization. But the promotion campaign is included into these fees, and we provide package discounts, 10% if you book 2 years and 20% if you book 3 or more years. And also, as soon as we have a group of universities, for example, as soon as we have a group of 6 universities from studying Greece, we can provide you with additional 10% discount, and also provide studying Greece with the complementary stand as the leader of a group. In case of the opportunity of having an even bigger group at the fair, like 11 universities from Greece, we can not only provide studying Greece with a complementary stand, but also gives an opportunity of 25 complementary 25-minute presentation in the separate room, presenting the Greece in general, study destination, but also maybe some certain universities, if it's possible, during that short period of time. And in that case, even 20% will be provided additionally. And then the total discount for, let's say, booking of 3 fairs in the big group, you can get up to 40% discount in total. For the online fairs, they cost less, just 1,200 euro. And also we have high school visits, which cost the same, 1,200 euro. And then smaller event as additional B2B meetings to the fair and additional presentation, which each is 700 euro per city. There are some other additional features you can get. For example, again, you can rent a laptop from us and rent an assistant, ask the local student who might be your interpreter during the fair, and help you to communicate with parents of the students who might not speak English very well, for example. There is also an opportunity of printing flyers and banners and other materials on the spot and at each venue where Begin Group arrange events. These are some logos of some of our partners. Again, we have more than 500 clients all over the world, and we can't place all of them here, but in general, we work with universities both from Americas, from Europe, from Asia, and of course Southeast Asia as well, where we have our different events. This is the map of our activities, but I also marked here with red some regions. After talking to my colleagues from advertising department, I get some analysis about in Google, which countries, which study destinations are demanded among the audience in certain countries. And we could see that all South and East Europe is very popular now in Central Asia, and Greek included here. also in Egypt, in Georgia, in India, not maybe all the specialties. First of all, you need to understand about the India that students from there go more for master programs, not for bachelor ones. And also medicine and technical programs are very popular. So I can guarantee you that you could easily promote your social programs or maybe economical programs there. But if you have good medicine programs and IT technical programs and maybe some even special discounts for Indian students, of course, this is very good market. Also here, you can see some other options, like in North Africa, we have only offline fair only in Cairo, but we cover the whole North Africa with online fair. And this is another option for Greece. And of course, East Europe. In East Europe, my colleagues seen a lot of interest towards Greek education. As you can see here now, East Europe is not marked here very well, but actually we are planning to open new high school visits, and they will be in Europe, quite close to you. And Belgrade, Bucharest, and Sofia for the first Bucharest and Sofia for the first experience in Europe. We are opening these high school visits most probably in the week between June 2nd and 6th. And of course, the certain dates of these high school visits will be announced, and actually will be announced quite soon in February. So I really will be glad to hear if you think that these are the cities which you would like to visit with us, because as these are very first high school visits in these cities, I can provide you with special offers for these events, or even if you, for example, booking the fairs, it might be up to even 50% discounts for these activities. Again, the format will be as we already experienced in different regions, and we understood that that's quite convenient both for universities and for schools. Then we have about 1 hour activity in each school, and we are able to visit at least 3 schools during the day. Only in the cities with very bad traffic like Cairo or Jakarta, it might be 2 schools. In all other high school visits, we can guarantee 3 schools or more, even sometimes more during the day, but officially it's free. And this is the schedule. On the left side, this is the schedule for spring of our events. On the left side, you can see our offline fairs. On the right side, our online fairs, and then in between, our additional events as high school visits and B2B meetings. We do our events annually in 2 seasons. The spring season is from end of February till end of April, and the autumn season is from beginning of October till early December. Here, the schedule of autumn events. So you are welcome to decide for yourself if you prefer to travel and promote your programs in spring or autumn, or do both. And the very important thing which I want here to mention, that let's go back very quickly to online promotion campaign. So what I want to mention here, that you can do the overall activity altogether. Let's say it might be a group of Greek universities in certain cities, and then you can add some online promotion in that city to enhance your participation, your offline participation in those cities, but also to continue the online promotion after you're participating in that region and doing some webinar as the final activity of your promotion in that region. In this case, during the fair, you can initially invite all the parents, all the students to your further webinar, which will be planned, for example, for 3 weeks later after the fair or something like that. And then we're talking about the webinars. The webinar fees starts from €2,500 per event. but that might be the event of 5 or 6 universities together, again, under the umbrella of studying Greece, for example. And in that case, it might be group participation in the fair, then a group webinar altogether, and that's just one event where you can separate its cost with each other. And then after both the fairs and webinars, you get the list of those who registered your stands for the fair, who all the students who registered for the webinar, and of course the opportunities of connecting with them directly at the fairs and then online after the event. So the promotion campaign itself, as Maxim already mentioned, may be quite different, and it's hard to tell which will be more efficient finally, and where you spend more cost or less, right? Before because as I already told you that, for example, online fairs, you don't spend anything for traveling, you don't buy flights, hotels, and so on, but the conversation itself is not the same as the talking with the families at the fairs face to face. So it should be your strategy. What our company can just offer you is to focus on the regions where you are already quite strong and where you do have an interest among the audience towards your programs. So if you do have many students from Romania, for example, or from Sofia, or from Astana, Almaty, Egypt, Cairo, then we are welcome to try to focus on these regions. Try to make your presenting in that country even more active, more overwhelming, and more eager to find certain students and to recruit them after certain activities being made in that region. Thank you very much for being with us, and if you have any questions, we are ready to answer all of them.
Well, guys, it was really great. Thank you very much for this comprehensive presentation and for sharing your experience and insights so generously. To better organize our Q&A session, I'm kindly asking our audience, our participants from Greece, to submit their questions in the YouTube chat box and direct their questions to the presenter they want to ask. Evie, do we have any questions?
Not yet.
Okay. So I have some remarks. First of all, thank you for the discounts. It's always important to collaborate with high quality partners offering low cost services. So some remarks. I love that you made clear that international student recruitment and internationalization in general demand strategy and investment. In my opinion, a combination of online marketing and promotion and participation in in-person events, recruitment fairs, is ideal. I really appreciated Maxim's insightful presentation and analysis because it is really helpful for Greek universities. In Greece, we now open up to the world and develop our internationalization and international recruitment strategy. Greek universities internationalize their campuses and curricula and create more and more international degrees, mainly English taught. And as a matter of fact, we and they need to develop their internationalization strategies. So this demands, first of all, research in global education trends, including scientific disciplines, subject areas with high demand on a global scale, as well as market analysis on the demand and student flows from specific countries areas, and I think that you can assist us in this endeavor. I also truly believe that there are several opportunities for Greek universities, as you presented the Hungarian and Czech case, and you can provide us with your expertise to achieve our recruitment goals. Focusing on high school tours and meetings with high school counselors, I think that it would be really helpful for Greek universities that create international bachelor's programs, because in this case, recruitment is results-oriented and more targeted, because you choose the students and counselors with whom you are going to connect and collaborate. So regarding the next steps of our cooperation, I think that we could, first of all, identify the interest from some geographic areas and target certain specific countries where Begin Group is present. You organize recruitment events and coordinate a delegation composed of interested Greek institutions in order to participate in your events. That's all from my part. Thanks again for this great presentation. It was really insightful and meaningful. And you made us realize the importance of the development of a concrete and coherent and well-structured and targeted recruitment strategy. One last question. Could we share this presentation with our Greek participants? Timofey?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Theodoros, for giving us this chance to make the presentation. And of course, we're sending these slides to you right after this webinar, and you're welcome to share them with everyone who might be interested.
Great. Additionally, could we also share your email addresses in case participants from Greek universities want to ask something specific?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, great.
Our email addresses are right to the presentation. I can see that we have WhatsApp numbers, but not emails there. We're them and sending to you right after this.
Very nice. Evie, do we have any questions from the field?
Yes, we have. Hi, guys. We have a question from Yannis Daliakopoulos from the Hellenic Mediterranean University. He asks, do you have any statistics on impact? Did the universities you serve meet their targets? Did they recruitment change?
I think that recruitment is changing all the time, and we can see now that maybe now more than before, the new players appear on the market. And if, let's say, 20 years ago in Kazakhstan, we would ask like the audience to which country you would like to go to, most of the audience would speak about US, Canada, UK, and all those popular destinations. But nowadays we can see that so many new players appear, and now the variety of countries, variety of options, it became quite better for the students, quite wider, and the students and parents themselves, they now are more open-minded in that terms, and we can hear now such new destinations as UAE or Malaysia or Singapore and so on. And I know that universities from Greece can do have their advantages, and of course Greece is the wonderful country with great climate, and good study opportunities. And if you just bring all those advantages to the audience in every certain country, you can definitely develop your presenting in that country and get more students from it. But if you are asking about like certain numbers, certain like analysis, long analysis, for our company, we do analysis at our fairs, at our events. We do analysis from our promotion campaigns, but we never could do like overall analysis about the whole education market. And actually, the only company which did it is UNESCO. They made some analysis, but we heard from different players on the market that even those analyses were not very certain, were not very trustful, because there are so many different complexities here to measure, like how the internationalization of student recruitment changing within last 5 years, for example. But it's changing a lot, and there are many analyses that online education become more popular, but still this growth is not so enormous and not so huge as some expected during pandemic again, right? So still old school offline on-site personal presentation is in favor, and that's the fact that new players are getting their piece of this pie of the, and not of a great amount of students who want to study abroad, and that amount is becoming bigger every year as well. So we're still on the very developing and very hot market, and we believe that if you just active on that market and you choose your proper countries to promote in, and you do different activities in that country, you definitely get the result. But if you just sit in your office and try to write some articles, try to write some notes, and do only, I don't know, social media groups of the university, that's not enough anymore, because again the competition became quite harder with many new incomers to this varied market of different universities and different education programs.
Thank you so much, Timofey.
Thank you.
Any additional questions, Abby?
No, we don't have
Mm.
any other questions.
Yeah, regarding what you mentioned, Timofey, about market analysis, there are some companies offering market analysis. Okay, it's not that gentle to mention now, but for our partners from the Greek side, they can find white papers and market analysis from our international partners with expertise in the field. And I would also like to mention that in the previous newsletter we shared with Greek universities regarding today's event, we have included, we have attached a comprehensive, complete catalog of recruitment fairs taking place all around the globe, including, of course, the fairs of Begin Group. That's all.
Yeah, of course, there are different analyses. Always the question how comprehensive they are. We don't have like the comprehensive analysis about all the different, all the differences between like what the market was in 2000 2019, for example, what it was in 2024.
Mm.
But for these certain specialities, for these certain countries, where I see Perth analysis for sure. Just we are not the company which does those insights and analysis by ourselves. We do our analysis of the market just through the events and promotion campaigns we do, and try to focus on our services where we are sure that we are quite experienced.
And you're doing it perfectly, impeccably.
you.
You know,
Thank you.
I was amazed by the quality of your event in Astana. Yeah. So
Thank
much
you.
more to come in
There's
the near
nothing-
future in the framework of our cooperation.
Yeah, I hope
And
so.
as you mentioned, of course, higher education landscape, the international higher education landscape is something ever evolving and constantly changing, because, of course, it is affected by geopolitics, contemporary history, economic crisis, trends, and even demographics. So there are many components, many sectors that intertwine in order to impact higher education landscape on a global scale, and international student flows, commercial relations, diplomatic relations between countries. Yeah, but it's a fascinating world. It's a fascinating environment. That's why we love what we do.
Definitely.
So great. Evie, do we have
No.
any question? Okay. So thank you very much. It was a great event. Thank you for your for sharing your expertise, insights, experience, and we are looking forward to seeing you again in person in one of your upcoming events.
Thank you, Dolores. Thank you for arranging this event. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Diana. Thank you, George. To the attendees, thank you for your time. We hope we will be able to cooperate and work together
The YouTube
for
video,
the future.
yeah. Last but not least, the YouTube video of today's webinar will be uploaded on our website on the Studying Greece Intelligence from Insight to Impact ecosystem. So thank you very much. And thank you all for joining us.
Thank
Thank
you very
you,
much.
guys.
Ciao, ciao.
Thank you. Ciao, ciao.
Ευχαριστώ.
Παρακαλώ.